MOTS Man on the Street Part 5. This is a little different and it's relating to some of the very sad incidents that I have witnessed and connected over time. One that is most recent is the event in Edo State where somebody criticized, I think, the Oba of Benin, Don Pedro, and thugs or individuals found him somewhere and then stripped him half naked or naked, disgraced, humiliated him, and wanted to take him to the palace and essentially to punish him for what he has said. So that's direct breach of individual rights. If he said anything wrong, entirely wrong, false against the Oba, I think there could have been other ways. I mean, we're under a constitution, and if the constitution is supreme, there should be a way to go through a process where he is punished according to the law that he has broken. But what we saw was jungle justice essentially. They beat him, they harassed him, whatever, that's fine. Another one is Kwara State. Some parents who had, the families had been kidnapped for some time and they went to the governor's office, the government house, to protest, and they were beaten by random individuals, not even police or law enforcement. They were beaten, they were, disgraced, they were chased away from the government house. And what you saw, what I saw, is immunity by individuals. It's not even the governor that told them to do it. They just felt you guys, or maybe I don't know, maybe there was an instruction from whomever, but these individuals felt, look, you're causing a nuisance in front of the government house, you can leave. The power to protest, the power to express your grievance, I believe is embedded in the constitution. Law enforcement was there, police was there, they did not ask to stop those guys. That's a third scenario. In my own community, many, many years ago, a woman was disgraced because she did not align with what was popular in the town politically. And they made her go around the town to confess or to just to, it's not even funny, just to get her to align politically. And they made her, face that humiliation. Why did I say all this? Why should some individuals have the power, whether they're thugs or random people, be able to do that? And I just reckon, is it culture? Is it because we have a crude, crass culture where thugs can have their way, where people can brandy guns in the open, where people can steal from you, and somehow you're not able to pick them up? In many cases, you can report to the police. I'm sure in some of these cases, for instance, in Kwara, with enough pressure, they should be made, the police should be made to find those who were culpable and make them face justice. But this is not the first time that things like this go past the law. Cross-dressers have been beaten in Lagos. Thugs or touts will just see a cross-dresser and say, this is not our culture, you are gay, they start to beat them up. It's under the same individual impunity where I believe I can take the law into my own hands to defend Yoba, to defend my community, to defend my culture against anyone who is not aligning. And that really calls to question the power of the individual, the right of the individual to express himself without being harassed. I wanted to say this is a Nigerian thing, and then I remember that January 6th happened in America. They could have protested at the Capitol Hill without destroying things, but they had to be barbaric. So we've seen protests in London become very messy, very barbaric too. So individuals have the, whether they're black or white, African or European, have the tendency to want to abuse power, to want to abuse the rights of the next individual. But there has to be systems where everybody can put everybody in check, and that's the law. And it's not enough to come back to the case and grant justice, because the damage has already been done. What if people were killed? I've already been beaten. My pride has been taken away. But when justice comes, it might come in equal measure or in even more, drastic measure. But we should be able to prevent these things from happening more and more. And that's when the individual agency, the power of the individual to defend himself comes from. And that's gun ownership. That's the topic I always avoid. I mean, yeah, you could have a gun and still you are beaten by 100 people who think that you are in the wrong. So that doesn't solve the problem, but it might reduce it a little bit. If you know that I am armed or I can defend myself against two people, then it's probably going to reduce these occurrences. Apart from that, the law should always be active such that offenders are punished immediately to deter others. Beyond that, I think the point of this video is to establish that, in my opinion, where there are no systems to put people in check, people can run, amok. They can do whatever, as long as they believe that nothing will happen when they do what they do. Individual impunity.